welcome to Words from My Face Fantasy Football 2016 Draft.
And we are playing our intro music because,
that's what we do.
It's awesome.
It's what we do.
We're about to play some fantasy football or draft some fantasy football.
No, dude. Why are you talking over the music, the intro music?
We always talk over the intro music. It's the intro music.
Nah, but this isn't an all-the-time show. This is an event. You gotta let the music play out.
All right.
All right, why is it so quiet? Let's talk. Let's take it. Oh, Antonio Brown first off the board. All right, guys. So welcome to Words from My Face. My name is Brian. And with me, as always, producer extraordinaire Brendan.
You.
And we are the one and only home of the Chewbacca chainsaws. And as I'm sure you could tell, we're doing our fantasy football draft right now as we speak. And yeah, we do this every year. It's a lot of fun, and I win. So I like it a lot.
You didn't win the first year.
I didn't win the first year. That's right. I didn't even make the playoffs because somebody wouldn't let me cheat.
Yeah. Someone has to keep some integrity around here.
It's integrity if nobody else knows.
It's still okay.
Yes, I know. My logic.
That's not actually how it works, Brian. But yes, it would be integrity if no one else knows.
My logic baffled you there. That is what happened.
Your non-points baffled me there.
No, but it is the fantasy football draft. As you saw, the first person off the board was Antonio Brown. And we're going to kind of do this. We are going to give you a review of something. So if you're sticking around for some of our normal stuff, I think we're going to do headlines from like the third round on. And I'm going to give you my review of No Man's Sky. But for the first couple rounds, we're just going to kind of talk some fantasy football. I hope nobody minds. Think anybody be angry about that?
I think everyone's going to be angry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, and thanks for talking over that awkward silence there, Brendan.
You're welcome. Oh, I have the great opportunity to anger someone right now.
What is that? How would you make somebody angry?
By getting Adrian Peterson.
Who'd you make angry?
Didn't one of our mutual acquaintances say he really wanted Adrian Peterson?
Which mutual acquaintance?
The one that lives with you?
Richard's not in this draft.
Oh, I thought he said he was going to be. Okay, then never mind. I'm taking him.
He's in a different one. I mean,
right.
Why wouldn't you? I mean, if you're not taking players, like, that is fantasy football 101. I'm glad you brought that up, Brendan. Never draft based on other people's feelings. That is the worst way to draft of all time.
I'm glad we got those pro tips in there.
Right in there.
It's almost as if we set it up for that.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that this is a little bit more of a choppy episode, but I am trying to pay attention a little bit to what's going on. And right now, as you can see, I do have the 7th pick. We have Ezekiel Elliott on the board. We have DeAndre Hopkins, Devontae Freeman, Des Bryant, and Rob Gronkowski are the highest rated ones. And I might stretch right here at number 7 and take Gronkowski off the board because I'm not going to go again until 14th, which isn't all that far away, but... Oh man, I think there's a running back on there that's going to be there. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stretch a little bit and take Rob Gronkowski.
All right.
He will be hurt a little bit. Well, actually, it might not hurt too much with Tom Brady being out for the first 4 games. So, because who else is he gonna Garoppolo gonna throw it to? It's gonna be all Gronk all the time. I mean, he's a 6'7" beast. I mean. He's really on pace. I want to say he's going to score like 15 touchdowns this year. That'll be solid for me.
I want to say he's going to score like 4 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be possible, man. Like, I just really don't see that. So, wow, and David Johnson came off right before that. That is kind of surprising. That's high for David Johnson. Who got him? Mullet heads. Yeah, that's the sexy pick this year. Everybody's going for him, but Chris Johnson, I believe, is still there, and so is Andre Ellington, if I'm correct. So that's a crowded backfield, if you ask me. I would usually stay away from that. I would usually stay away from that. So our auto picks are filling in. I think we have two more auto picks that are filling in. So that's nice that we got a great turnout for the draft this year.
Yeah. Yes, it is. I'm just realizing too. I could probably give everyone a little bit of a better image here by doing things the way I'm about to do it. I don't need to take your stuff away, Brian.
All right, Ezekiel Elliott is off the board. And we have Devontae Freeman off the board. I don't really like Ezekiel Elliott at number 8, but Devonta Freeman at number 9 is solid. So, yeah. Let's see. I think we're going to have an auto pick back to back. So we really only have 5 of us drafting, which is actually not too bad because it'll make the show a little shorter. It won't make it the hour and a half, 2 hours it might have been.
How many people do we have, you say?
I mean, it's full 10-team squads, but it looks like 5 are auto drafting. One of them did let me know that they weren't going to be able to do it, so there's an excuse there. But the rest of them, no excuses. None. Actually, is that only 4? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's only 4. So 6 of us are drafting. It's not too bad.
Okay.
And yeah. I mean, it's hard to really talk when I'm deep in thought because this is actually, it's weird. I usually sit down and really write out a lot of what I'm going to do. Like, I'll go out, sit down and I'll write off the top 10 of each position. And then I'll do who I think my top 100 are in order and usually draft by that order. And I didn't do that. So I'm kind of just going to be a waiver wire warrior this year and crush. Absolutely crush on the waiver wire.
And I'll say too, usually this tech is set up better, but I actually lost my profiles right before this show, so that's why things are moving around a little bit. Also, we don't usually have this set up, so hey, but everything should be cool now.
Those are called excuses, Brendan.
Hey, you know what? I do it for the people. I make excuses for the people.
Excuses. So I'm gonna go for Doug Martin. I think he's in line for a big year this year. I think he's the best running back by far available, even though Allen Robinson is very, very tempting. That guy is a beast. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go running back here, grab what I think is one of the top 5 running backs in the draft this year in the second round, and be happy with it. Even though, oh man, Allen Robinson is a good pick there. But I can find wide receivers later on. Well, wide receivers is pretty deep. I mean, not the elite ones. I've already gotten past the elite ones. But Demaryius Thomas is still on the board. He's going to be, well, he has no quarterback, so maybe not. But Amari Cooper's still there. You have Sammy Watkins. He'll get some stuff going. Alshon Jeffrey, I don't really trust him, but Brandon Marshall had a good year last year. No reason he wouldn't have another one this year. And Lamar Miller coming off the board from Houston. Don't really like that pick. Not at
all. All right, let's see.
All right, Brittany, you're up to bat. Jamal Charles. That is not a stretch, but he gets injured. That is not a bad pick there. Jamal Charles should have been on my radar. Third squad. That's a good job, buddy.
So Brian, this is second round. What are we looking for right now?
What do you already have?
I already have a running back. One running back.
I would say a wide receiver would not be a bad idea.
Yeah. And I mean there's some good wide receivers up at the top of the suggestions, but I'm not really feeling that I'm not that confident in Jacksonville doing much with their receivers as much as it's rating it at anyway.
I don't know. Allen Robinson had a great year last year. That offense really turned things around.
They turned things around, but will they keep it up?
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
Only time will tell. Only time will tell.
Well, I better make a decision anyway. Who's the quarterback for Chicago right now, Brian?
Oh man, Jay Cutler.
He had a good year at the end, right? I don't know. I'm going with it.
You got 5 seconds, dude.
I already did. I got Alshon Jeffrey.
Alshon Jeffrey. That's if he stays healthy, it's very possible he does well.
He just
That
needs to
guy,
stay healthy for the first few games. Let's be honest here, and then I'll be able to
wow,
pick up
man,
something
we're picking
else
going
and see.
fast right there. So Allen Robinson came right off the board right after. Then we had Jordy Nelson, Mark Ingram coming off the board, Brandon Marshall, Eddie Lacy, and now it's back to Team Hugh. Some good wide receivers left. Running backs are pretty thin right now.
Well, Brian, okay, so we did this before where we had the fantasy football tips, but what are your top tips for drafting right now?
Drafting right now, I mean, again, pay attention to your bye weeks. Watch that. You don't want to have a couple really important players on bye. If it's in between a couple good players, check the buys. That's a good, always pay attention to that. You can hold off on a quarterback. Like, I want to say, yeah, no quarterback has gone off the board yet on our draft. So everybody's doing the smart thing and kind of waiting on that. You can. You don't need to go right after a quarterback. We'll start seeing them start to fall right about now, I would imagine. But haven't seen them come off like a running back just came off the board. And Brendan, you're up again.
You know, but he got an injury. I was gonna say you wouldn't normally go for a tight end, but Jordan Reed's almost a wide receiver tight end.
It's true, but do you think he won't be there in another round?
Not when you're about to take him. Nah, I'm just
I
kidding.
already have Rob Gronkowski, so it'd be pretty foolish of me to take him. And he's got a week 9 bye, same as Rob Gronkowski, so that would be
Um,
rough.
hold on. Let me see who we got. I was just figuring to take another running back anyway at this point. Well, maybe Cam Newton, but maybe not. Cam Newton had a spectacular year. I might stretch down though. No, take it. One was
All right.
LaShawn
Well,
McCoy.
my pick's coming up pretty soon. I got a tight end on the. Hmm. I want to go wide receiver because it's getting thin, and I think if Mike Evans is there, he's my pick. But that's an if. If
I
he's
feel like I
not
made a
there,
mistake. Well, except for I think Jordan Reed might
no,
like he
Mike
already
Evans
had
can't.
an injury
Can't do
issue earlier, but he just had such a spectacular year for a
yeah,
tight end,
nine.
especially, but even for like a
If he hadn't missed
receiver.
those games,
In
it's
gen-
absurd. Yeah, no, I agree. He had a great year last year. Oh, good. Oh, I'm kind of glad Mike Evans came off the board. Makes my pick a little simpler. I really hate leaving Demarius Thomas there, but he has got zero quarterback to throw to him. Mm.
I almost wondered though with Jordan Reed if now that Kirk Cousins is a little bit more comfortable in the position already, if Reed's not going to get less because they're going to be throwing down the field a little bit more or further down.
And that backfield, I mean, that was those wide receivers for the Redskins. There's a lot of them, and
Yeah.
there's some quality there with Deshaun Jackson, Pierre Garcon. They expect a lot out of that rookie, Josh Doxson, and you
I,
can't forget about Jamison Crowder.
yeah.
He's a beast too.
And their running game might be hurt a little bit with Jones has that I guess just a small injury right now we're hoping, right? And but Morris already sent off to the Cowboys this year, so I'm not as confident in their running back position this year, so we
All
might be seeing
right, well, I'm up. The
more
wide
passes.
receiver I wanted to have going is there. Demarius Thomas. I mean, he's just such a stud. Any quarterback can just kind of throw it up to that guy, and he's all right. So I'm not worried about that. Oh, I bet you Jordan Reed goes right here to this guy right here. I'd bet you $10.
Well, he's the top rated right now.
Yeah, but I bet you $10.
I'm not taking
Team
that
Baker takes
bet,
him.
especially
Bet you
since I
10.
don't want that to happen. So
I
I
bet
don't
you
want to
$10
lose ten
right here.
dollars and the player I want. You know.
Ooh, and a
Oh,
sleeper pick of mine. I don't know. It's not time yet, but there's a pick that I've been keeping my eye on. I won't take him this round, but if he's there next round, I think that's going to be really good pickup for me. Carlos Hyde. I picked him up last year pretty high, and he sucked. So never again. Never ever again. Running backs are looking kind of thin.
Well, at some point here, we might want to go over your No Man's Sky review, but what round do you want to start that in, Brian? What round can
Yeah,
people
well,
expect that?
yeah. I was supposed to start that already. I'm sorry, I got a little
No, we can.
distracted.
The first few rounds are the most important. So, but we're
And
almost in round what, 5? So after your next pick, we'll start it. How's that?
I hate to do this because last year I picked this guy number 6, and he just did a horrible year for me. But I have a feeling he'll have a bounce back. And at this position, now this is 4th round. I don't know. Let's see. And you know what? I'm gonna do something that I don't normally do, and I'm gonna pick quarterback because Aaron Rodgers is here, and I think in the 4th round, getting a caliber quarterback like him is no problem. But yeah, okay, let's go ahead and let's start the No Man's Sky review. Let me try to mark down. Can you give me a time signature right now? What time we're at, so I can know where to cut the video at?
We are at 16 minutes, almost 17 minutes.
17 minutes. Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk a little bit of video games.
Video games.
Thank you, Brendan. Just because we don't have the cameras on doesn't mean we're not still doing the show. All right?
Okay.
I want your full attention here. But so a game that I've really been looking forward to has finally come out, even after it's delayed from the June release, and that is No Man's Sky. And this was a really big and really hyped video game for a couple reasons. And one of the biggest was it was going to give you almost infinite exploration. There was going to be 18 quintillion planets to explore in this huge game. So, how did it stack up? Did it live up to expectations or did it fall short? I'm going to break it down into several different things like we do most of our reviews. We're going to do it in graphics or just, presentation, how smooth the controls are, and funness of the game. And then I'll break it down with an overall rating of the entire game. So let's start it off with presentation. Now, if you're looking for the best graphics in the world, you're not going to find it here. But if you want some beautiful and vibrant colors, rich landscapes, it feels like, this is what you get in this game. I mean, it's not cutting edge, but it's appealing to the eye. It's not the best looking, but it looks good enough that it doesn't distract from the rest of the game.
It's not
I
just
mean, you
good,
can
it's good enough.
yeah, it's good enough, and it's not meant to be the most graphically enhanced game we've ever seen.
Does it look
But it,
current gen at least?
oh yeah, it's definitely a PS4 game. I mean,
Okay.
you can see it running a little bit worse on a PS3, but it's definitely a PS4 game. So it's presentation. It was presented well. And like I said, they do have a lot of cool color planets. I've been on several different planets. Now, I'm not going to say that I've really delved as far into it as a lot of people. I mean, I've only had it for 2 weeks. So I do also have a job, and my little brother graduated from the Marines. So I had stuff to do, you know, couldn't just play.
You could
But
have, but you didn't.
I could have, yeah. But you're right, I didn't.
You weren't dedicated enough to this game, Ryan.
I guess I wasn't. I guess I wasn't.
The
But
game that
like I
people
said,
sent death threats about when it was delayed a
yeah,
couple weeks. Come on
which is
now.
crazy. Which is just crazy to me still. But like I said, it is aesthetically pleasing. It's got some rich and vibrant colors throughout it. I like the different landscapes I've seen so far, and so presentation, very very well done. Thumbs up for presentation. Then let's talk about like the gameplay, like the controls and everything. So pretty much what you're doing is you're jumping from planet to planet and just discovering things. It's very big about exploration. And then you also have to discover different minerals. Some of them you just use to sell, like gold. You take it, you sell it, you make lots of money. Some of them you use to build other things to improve your ship, to improve your multi-tool, which is what you use to mine things with, to improve your suit, different things. And you find a bunch of different places like different outposts all over the place, and you meet different aliens, and you can interact with them. And through the interaction with the aliens, you also find a lot of it gets a little more in depth. You get a little more background of what was going on, and that's mostly through the monoliths. And those are things that you find, and they teach you different things, and they also kind of tell you what's going on in the universe, which really doesn't have much depth to it at all. So if you're looking for story, yeah, this isn't story for you. I don't know. I kind of got off track there, but the gameplay feels. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, the mechanics of it all feels pretty good. The controls feel comfortable. Nothing too out of place. It's not like I remember when the first time I picked up Destiny, and I was like, "This is." I just knew how to play. I was like, "This is just how a game. These are what the buttons should be. This is the controller layout. This is how it should feel." Didn't quite get that with this, but it's not like it wasn't a bad thing.
That's
And
a little
then
bit funny too because people have been comparing it to Destiny on a few factors, not necessarily in a positive light, but in the fact that some people thought that it was hyped up like Destiny and maybe didn't live up to it. So it'd be interesting if it's just like Destiny
and
in every way.
I thought Destiny lived up to it, so I don't know.
I think, well, that's the thing too. I think it was a matter of Destiny showed that it could live up to it after you gave it a little bit of time and it came out with its DLC and everything. Um, but we'll see how things go with this one.
Yeah, and hopefully so far so good. And so what was I on? I was on gameplay. Let's move over to what was the next one? I'm sorry, I'm up to draft, and so I got totally distracted. Brendan, you got to remind me what my next thing I was going to talk about was.
Your next thing you were going to talk about, because you talked about graphics and you were talking about controls just now, so you're probably going to talk, and you were talking about a little bit of the gameplay mechanics. So I think you're going to talk about, I don't know, sound.
Sound, it sounds good. Nothing to write
Is
home
there
about.
music in it?
Kind of. It's just kind of background stuff. I mean, you do a lot of tedious things, so it's not
I
bad. It
I mean,
doesn't
it's an
annoy me.
auto-generated world, so it's obviously they can't do too mood specific of music, but
Yeah,
there's
I mean,
also
it's
a
nothing
lot
crazy.
of things to go through. So it seems like something that you would still want to have some amount of music to keep you going with.
Oh, someone just took Latavius Murray. I was going to get him next round. But yeah, no. But what was my fourth thing? Jeez, this is why I shouldn't draft and do reviews at the same time. I just can't
Remember,
draft and
people,
do
don't
reviews.
draft and review at the same time.
Don't draft and review at the same time.
We
And now
thought
I'm
Brian was
drafting
up to the
again.
challenge. Apparently, he is not.
No, he is failing miserably at it right now. All right, Jeremy Langford filling out my running backs. I think I got a solid roster so far. Aaron Rodgers, Doug Martin, Jeremy Langford, Demarius Thomas, Golden Tate, and Rob Gronkowski. That is a pretty solid starting lineup right there. Um, but yeah, and so let me just jump into the overall of No Man's Sky. And I do apologize about this roundabout pausing and being horrible at this review, but overall, I'm gonna give oh man, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 right now out of
Ooh.
5. And that is one of the lowest rated games I've actually played. I think. I mean, I think I've given lower runs to some other ones. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's pretty low. And I really think that this game can go a lot further. They gave us so many expectations, and I almost feel like I'm so close to turning the edge. Just oh, okay, boom, and now everything fits into place, everything makes sense, and the drive is there. But there's nothing really driving me to do anything in this game, except for I kind of am curious about what's over there on that planet. But how long can that last? I mean, can that last a good couple months? Or is that going to last another week before I'm done with it?
Well, we
That's where I'm kind of coming into problems.
Yeah, well, we did hear that they do have other features and other content planned for the near future, right? So I'm kind of think that's the thing is they need more to fill it out. Maybe they were just going to test the waters a little bit while they finish developing that. But again, that's a little bit like Destiny. Of there's a lot
And
of people
don't
that
release it at $60. Don't if you're gonna do that, fine. Don't release it at $60. Release it at 30 because that's kind of what I feel like this game is so far. It's a $30 game,
this is a
and
massive
then
game though. This was clearly a massive project to get
yeah,
this scale anyway.
But you give it to me for $30, and then you release the rest of the stuff as DLC,
No, no,
or
but
something
weren't
like
they
that.
going to release some like free patches though that was going to
Well, they
contain more
better they
stuff?
better give us something good,
Which
because
still sounds like kind of an
I
incomplete
don't
game
feel
that
like
they
it.
gave us,
Yeah,
but at the
I
same
just
time, people were already
it
upset
leaves me
about it being
wanting.
delayed.
It leaves me wanting, which is a good thing almost. Yeah, you're right. If they're going to delay it, at least give it. It makes me feel like there's something more I should have with it just to complete the experience because I'm not quite getting it all. And that kind of annoys me, but that also keeps me intrigued. So it'll my intrigue will last a little while longer. I have a feeling I'm going to keep playing it for the next couple weeks. I do enjoy mining gold off planets and then selling it for massive amounts of money. It is an enjoyable thing, but I need more. I do need more. So hit us up. Let us know what you think. Have you played No Man's Sky? Do you like it? Would you rate it higher or lower than I just did? And thank you for sitting through my rambling review. But hit us up. Comments down below. Of course, at What's My Face on Twitter. Google us, Facebook. Always good ways of getting a hold of us. But we're just gonna keep drafting. And I think, yeah, I just went off track there. That was probably the worst review I've ever done.
Yeah, it's hard to do both at the same time. Did you even write out your review, Brian, this time?
Absolutely not.
Did you plan out your fantasy football? No,
Not
you
at
didn't
all.
do anything. Jeez, Brian, come on now.
I mentally prepared for this. All right, I had to mentally prepare.
Did you mentally prepare by trying to do a mock draft while doing a mock review at the same
I
time?
did. Yeah. See, I did do a mock draft. I did do that. I did do that. I should have done a mock review while I was mock drafting. You're right. That is where I dropped the ball.
See, everyone practice. Practice and
We're talking
preparedness.
about practice, not a game, but practice, not a game. Wow, Carson Palmer just came off the board, pick 63. That is high. Let's see what other quarterbacks are still on the board.
None.
Tom Brady. Okay, well, that was my buddy Rye. He is never going to pick him. But Blake Bortles, I think, is going to have a better year. Philip Rivers, maybe, maybe not. Derek Carr, I would have taken over Carson Palmer this year. Kirk Cousins, actually not over Carson Palmer, but Carson. I say all that, and I got Carson Palmer last year, and he literally was one of my leagues. I had an undefeated season, and he was literally the savior of that undefeated season because there was one game where he was playing on Monday night, and I was down by like 16 points, and I needed to get 17 to win. And on the very last play and on the very last throw, he threw just enough yards. He threw like a 20-yard pass for me to get exactly 17 points. Like on the yard, he got it perfect for me to get 17 points.
He did
And
it for you,
he won
Brian.
the game.
He did it for you.
So he did it for me. I know he's a good guy. So I'm not trying to hate on you, Carson. I'm just trying to say that's a little high, if you ask me. A little high. I'm going running back here, I think.
I
I
don't
just
think
don't
you
know which
want to
one.
do that, Brian. I think you want Richard Rodgers.
Richard Rodgers. I don't want no tight end. I got a tight end.
I think you want Richard Rodgers. You need that extra flex, Brian. That tight end flex.
No, I don't think I do.
It's pro tip, it's secret. Watch, Richard Rodgers is going to just have a
Very,
spectacular year this year.
it's really not a very good secret, just so you know. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted again.
But yeah. So, Brian
Yeah, I'm
has
just trying to
10
pick which running
seconds.
back I want. I want to get a running back, and I don't know which one I want because there's no real wide receiver that I particularly care to get. Maybe Deshaun Jackson.
Ooh, Travis
He's still
Kelsey
good.
went off. I had him last year, I think. I don't think he actually helped me very much.
He's a solid player, though.
Might have gotten rid of him at some point, and then he
You know what? I'm
picked up.
going Melvin Gordon here.
I had a bad year last year.
Seventh round, Melvin
I
Gordon.
had like perfect storms of everyone sucked except for my kicker.
Well, hey, at least you had your kicker.
It was like everyone's there were weeks where literally it was like everyone's career low except for the kicker, but I couldn't, make up for stuff because of that.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be better.
And one, I think like I forget who it was, but when my quarterback got injured in the first few plays or something, it was like, what?
That is a bad start to the season. 3 plays in, and he's out for the year. What? Really?
That one served me well. I mean, I guess it's worse for him, but yeah.
Who took Frank Gore? Team Baker. What are you doing, buddy? Gore? Really, Gore? And it's my pick. And who's still on the board that I want? I think I want John Brown. Or Alan Hearns. Maybe Alan Hearns. Yeah, because that was a high-flying offense last year. I'm going Alan Hearns right here. And I know you wanted to stay away from Jacksonville players, but I think this is a really solid place to pick Alan Hearns. He's no Allen Robinson, but Allen Robinson does get hurt from time to time, and then Alan Hearns steps up. It is the two Allens. It's really confusing to talk about those two guys. Allen and Allen. Hearns and Robinson, I guess. But I like John Brown, too.
Well, this is the time, Brian, that you might want to just shoot for the moon and get yourself a sleeper. And by a sleeper, I mean you want to dig deep. That rookie that almost didn't get drafted and still hasn't been drafted, that's on the edge right now. That's who you want.
Oh, so you want me just not to pick a player? You want me to? All right, I'll tell you what. Next round, I'll just pick the lowest rated player by ESPN.
All right. You know they have players on that are no longer playing still, right? And you know what? Fine. That's good. Go for it. Go for it.
Jalen Marshall. That's who I'm going to take. Last year, he had 0 yards for 0 TDs and 0 points. This year, he's projected to have 17 yards and 1 point.
Oh, wow. So he's going to be like 1,000 times better this year than he was last year.
Yep. All right, no, I'm not going to really do that, by the way. That's just ridiculous. That's too crazy. I can't do that. My wuss for not doing it. Oh, what the hell happened to my order? Everything's all out of order.
It should be out of order.
Oh my, no, it's not cool, man.
So I know what everyone's thinking, and they're not really caring, but I just picked up Kirk Cousins because he was great at the end of last year, and it looks like he's still going to be good this year.
Oh, there we go.
So I think he's rated lower, but he's my backup quarterback right now, so we'll see.
You drafted a backup quarterback already?
Yes, I did. And you know why? Because last year, I held off on all my quarterbacks, and my primary quarterback got injured, and my backup quarterback sucked,
So
and I was just screwed over all over the place.
So you're telling me you're playing scared?
Kind of. Although I had a couple weeks where I put someone on the bench, and then they just had a spectacular day. And I was like, whatever. My bench could have beaten my opponents and people that were not on my bench or whatever. That's how it goes, though. Unless you can predict the future.
It does happen that way sometimes.
Maybe we'll just get another backup quarterback. I'm going to just get all the quarterbacks, and you're all going to have to trade me in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know if that would happen.
Yeah, I know, but thinking about it.
I'm not so sure about that. Oh, I think I'm going to stretch and take... It's not a stretch, but I'm going to take Chris Ivory here. I don't really want to. Tyler Lockett off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out any other running back to draft, but there's nobody here.
Yeah, running backs this year, I just don't even know. I mean, did someone already take Morris?
No, he's still there.
Honestly, I think he's probably going to do well for Dallas.
Yeah, but they have Ezekiel Elliott now, and everybody thinks he's going to be the next superstar Emmitt Smith.
I mean, they think so, but he hasn't shown it yet, right? So
That's true, and Alfred Morris has shown he can do it.
Yeah, Alfred
And,
Morris.
Even though he went to the Cowboys, and I'm a Redskins fan, I'm cool with him doing well.
He was a great player.
He was good games a year against us.
Yeah. I mean, as long as he stays healthy, he's probably still gonna put up some points. Especially for this late in the pick, he'll be a solid pick. He's gonna get a few touchdowns this year at least. And it's not like we're saying to pick him for the for in your to fill out your top your your starters. So, but yeah, and I'm saying like the other guy, what's his face? Don't even he hasn't proven himself yet. Morris has,
Mm.
and especially after the way that
Wow,
their game
Broncos
was last year,
defense. A
they've been
defense came off in the ninth round. You know why he did that? Because last year the Broncos defense got me like 20 points a game for the first like 5 games.
oh yeah, I had defenses last year that some of the time were just amazing.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, well, you can talk, Brian. You can talk about this, and maybe I'll even set up our that other thing we were gonna do, our headlines.
Okay, go ahead and set up headlines, but I'm drafting, so.
Who are you gonna
All
draft,
right, I'm
Brian?
done drafting. I already drafted. Yeah, so let's do some headlines.
Well, you can
Whenever you're
draft.
ready.
Tell us about your draft.
I just drafted Chris Ivory. He went down to Jacksonville and he had a good year. Not a spectacular, but over 1,000 yards last year with New York Jets. And I'm pretty sure Jacksonville brought him down there to be the starter for them. So I'm hoping that'll be a good move. And with the passing duo of Allen Hurns and Allen Robinson and Blake Bortles finally stepping up, there should be some running room for him. Those safeties probably will have to respect that passing game and he'll back off a little bit. And I'm hoping that'll open up the middle for him a little bit. We will see. We will
Oh, I
see. They
remember.
also expect big
I
things
had
from
a
TJ Young.
I had Chris Ivory one year, and he did a lot for me. So
Yeah, he can do his thing. He can do some good things. That's for sure.
I think he actually saved me. Like I would have been demolished a few games if it wasn't for him. Okay.
All right, my pick's almost up. We should have done the headlines earlier. I don't have to think as much in the earlier rounds as I do in the later rounds.
Well, Brian, that's what happens.
It's true. All right. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to draft Travis Benjamin. He's going to San Diego, and yeah, he's with Keenan Allen there, but I think he's in my opinion the best available on the board right now, and I think Philip Rivers will have fun getting him the ball. He's a big target, had a good year last year, whether he was in Cleveland. So if he can do it in Cleveland with no quarterback, what can he do with a good quarterback? So drafting him. Jeez, I feel like I have a good team. Aaron Rodgers, Doug Martin, Jeremy Langford, Demarius Thomas, Golden Tate, Rob Gronkowski, Melvin Gordon, Allen Hurns, Chris Ivory, Travis Benjamin. Yeah, I got a pretty solid lineup going on right now. I'm feeling it. I like it. I like it a lot.
All right, I'll give you some headlines if you're ready.
Yeah, let's shoot some headlines.
All right, some headlines coming up. So, our first headline: 7 weird. Oh, hold on, that music just played over that. Oh no! And now it's
That means you
gone.
got to pick.
Yeah, I know. Um. Hold on a second. Ah, that totally just came in and threw everything off. Um, 7 weird Metal Gear games you probably never knew existed.
Wait, did you make your pick?
I have not made my pick yet. Now you're going to
So
talk
make your
about that
pick.
headline while I
All
make my
right,
pick.
fine. 7 weird Gear games you never knew existed. Well, I mean, all of the Metal Gear games are kind of weird, so I don't know if you can say there's 7 weirder ones. Maybe they're just counting out the 7 because I don't know if anybody's ever paid attention to the plot of Metal Gear. I love the game. It was really groundbreaking when the first one came out. I love Snake Eater. There's a lot I love about that series, but their plots are always just make no sense. I mean, none at all. It's ridiculous how little sense most of those plots seem to make. So I don't know if you can say there's seven more ridiculous ones. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
I think we're already there.
there are a lot of people that really enjoy the Metal Gear plots because they're so out there.
No, but they make no sense.
I think they make sense if you pay a lot of
No,
attention, but it's
no.
like
I paid a
watching
lot
a
of
seven
attention.
hour movie, so
I pay a lot of attention.
in spurts.
I beat Snake Eater like five times.
I don't know. I mean, I know that they redid part of the story a few times over the different versions. Like the whole sneak in and then the guy that's like in charge of you turns out to be the real bad guy maybe and other people are betraying people. I don't know. They did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they do. They do a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, it's just more ridiculous than the other ones. I just think you throw them all in there. Great games. Don't get me wrong. I love them. I'm just saying they're kind of ridiculous. But let's move on to the next headline. What's our next headline? Well, you're doing your pick, so never mind. All right, you did your pick.
I did my pick.
You went for your kicker.
That kicker saved me in so many games.
Went for the kicker.
Oh no. Um okay. Cap 3 scrap scene sheds light on Black Widow. So I'm guessing Captain America 3 scrap scene.
Like, what else could they shed light on Black Widow with? Maybe how she's in love with, or maybe they went into her past a little bit more. That could have been it.
Yeah, I remember there was a few things that people thought was a little out of place with how they presented her in the movie. That maybe like rushed a little bit.
Well, there's so much to go over in those movies.
Yes, that's one of the things with this expanded universe. They have so many storylines to try and weave through, and they only have so much
It does
time.
get pretty hard, I would imagine. All right, so this is about where I'm going to start stretching a little bit for a pick. Whereas it doesn't, ESPN's telling me it's not a stretch. I feel like it's a stretch. I'm taking Derrick Henry, the rookie, for the Titans because they also got DeMarco Murray over there, and he's probably going to take the majority of that. I think that's a decent stretch. DeMarco Murray, if he keeps playing like he did last year, he'll be horrible. So, all right, Brendan, shoot me another headline.
Okay, this one from ScreenRant.com. Snatch TV series in the works starring Harry Potter's Rupert Grint.
Who is Rupert?
He was Ron.
Oh, and so Snatch, like the movie Snatch, the Guy Ritchie movie, which was cool. I just and
Yeah, it's
Rupert,
the
yeah,
based off
cool,
the Guy
bro.
Ritchie film. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't seen Snatch in a while, but I remember liking it when I did see it. And I remember Brad Pitt played this really crazy Irishman who'd like just mumble stuff and punch people so hard that they like broke their faces. So, and it was a heist movie. So, probably could be a cool TV show. I don't know. You'd have to elongate it a lot. I
Okay.
don't see it as a TV show. How about that?
Okay.
But all right, hit me with another headline.
Okay. This intriguing to me. So Thor 3, Devo's Mark Mothersbaugh composing score. This again from Screen Rant.
Wait, what did you just say?
So the guy from Devo making the score to Thor 3.
Oh, that might be cool. Probably
And that's going to be when he's teamed up with
Norse
Hulk,
stuff.
right?
Yeah, it's gonna be the Secret Planet Hulk movie, kinda.
Yeah, most people know of their Whip It song. That's pretty much all people know of Devo for now, but I hear they were like a really kind of trippy band.
Yeah, I don't really know him, so couldn't really say. But all right, so I need depth now. That's what I'm going for right here. And where am I gonna find it? I mean, I want to find somebody who. I mean, this is where the real dark horses kind of come in here. So now, yeah.
Well, here's a fun headline. ZeniMax names new defendants in lawsuit with Oculus. ZeniMax, for those that
Max
don't know, is
is
the parent company of Bethesda.
Wait, so who are they suing?
It's some lawsuit with Oculus for Oculus Rift, I'm guessing.
Really? I could see um I could see that being a really cool Skyrim experience in Oculus, like a VR experience.
I'm sure that they're looking into some kind of Skyrim or not, but Elder Scrolls experience in that, because immersive worlds is what they do to a large
Yeah,
extent. Immersive fantasy worlds.
I could see that being really cool.
I mean, that would be just spectacular, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like that's
I'd be
that's
for
what
that.
you. They already try and do so many things to get you into feel like you're in the game, with just all the stuff you can do. The way it's open ended, so you can do whatever, play the game however you want. Like for me, in those Elder Scrolls games, I never really go for the main storylines or anything. I'm off and I'm like, let me just rob a bunch of places all the
Hmm.
time.
It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
And other people do other things. They're like, oh, let me kill everyone. The other people are like, let me be the hero of the rats, whatever. I don't know.
But yeah, in VR that would be, picking the lock in virtual reality. It'd be a lot more fun to rob food.
People build their houses. Now they can build their houses and walk around their houses.
Yeah. I mean, and inside now and look down and see my cool dragon bone armor on. Because I did have the coolest dragon bone armor of all time. Just, just so you know. Who you picking, Brendan? Who you
I
gonna
don't
pick?
know. We're down to the wire. Like, I should probably start doing some stretch people, but I don't know. No, no. You know what? Here we're doing it. Doing this. Should have planned that one out beforehand.
Maybe you should.
Oh, ooh. This one hits me a little hard because I was about to get this.
No,
So
Steve Smith.
from IGN,
Hmm.
again, PlayStation Plus prices rise.
But what?
Mm-hmm.
No.
For
Sixty
users
dollars
in
is
North
enough.
America.
$60 is enough. Come on, PlayStation. Don't make me go back to Xbox. I don't
You
want to
know
do it
what
over
though?
$10.
I've been seeing there's ways there have been deals lately for getting year passes for pretty big discounts. That's why I've been thinking about picking it up lately. If you look around various places, well, you can get it for $40. I saw somewhere you could get it for like $35 if you sign a
Dude,
few
sixty
things.
dollars for a whole year is not a big deal. It's a game. It's like paying for one game, and they give you free games every month, so it really pays for itself in a whole year.
Well, maybe that's how they're justifying raising the price.
No, no more justifications. Keep the price the same. All
Okay,
right,
well,
if they raise it if they raise it by $10, all right, I'm gonna still do it. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, you're evil people. Because do I still think it's worth $70? Yes. Like when Netflix raised my rate from 7.99 that I had since instant streaming came out to 9.99 because that's what everybody for the past like 6 years have had to pay for it since they signed up for it. I was not mad. That made sense. But I feel like PlayStation Plus is raising it a little bit too early for my taste. They've only been around for like 3 years, I think. And I want to say this will be their second price increase if they do it again. They were $50 during the PlayStation 3 era when they first came out with PlayStation Plus, and now they're 60. All right, cool, still fair. I'm with you.
yeah,
And now it's gonna be
when the PS4 had just launched and they did the PlayStation Plus like long subscriptions, I'm still kicking myself for not getting it then, because yeah, it was only like $30 the first for a few months or first year or something like that,
hmm
and they were giving a lot of like really good games during that time too.
yeah, and they'll start giving better games once the console generation gets a little older. That's what they do. So Yeah, it's worth it. It is worth it. I just don't want them to go out of control with it. You
Hmm.
know, with everything within reason. All right, I'm drafting my kicker.
While Brian does that, I'll mention a few
Oh,
other
you picked my kicker.
quick headlines. So, Metal Gear Survive, watch the first trailer. That's what IGN's saying. So, hey, there's another Metal Gear game out.
Yeah,
Hence
without
the.
Kojima,
Yeah,
I
well,
don't even
that's
know.
the big thing here is this is going to be the first Metal Gear not. Not Kojima's project.
Well, maybe that means they'll make a story that makes sense.
Yeah, I know a lot of
Maybe
people
it's
love his trippy stories though. Like that's the thing for a lot of people is his, how and I
I
like
like his
trippy
crazy
stories.
characters. I don't necessarily like I said, his stories make no sense, but I do like the characters he puts in them. Like everybody loves Solid Snake. I mean,
Yeah,
he's iconic. You know, they put a lot of really cool characters in there, but
but now
then they
he's going
twist
to.
and turn and make
What if
no
it's going to just be
sense.
boring now?
Have you ever played Metal Gear Solid 2,
Nope,
Sons of Liberty?
I
The
didn't play
end,
two.
literally just go to YouTube and look up the end of Sons of Liberty 2. Just look it up
Isn't it
and
like an
watch
hour
the like
long ending?
it might be, but this one guy rants for literally like 10 minutes saying nothing, absolutely nothing. Like they're trying to make some big circle, but then they just circle back around the circle and then circle it again. So it really goes nowhere. It's actually kind of frustrating, to be honest with you.
Okay. Another topic from Screen Rant. This one I find a little funny. Cops movie adaptation lands Zombieland director.
Cops movie?
Yeah, you remember the
Like, are they
Cops
just gonna
TV
do like
show,
an
the
extra long
reality
show?
TV show? Yeah, yeah.
What are they gonna
Apparently it's
like
getting
show
a movie.
nudity or something or something like it? What's gonna be any different than the TV show
I
that they
I
play
don't
for
know.
10 hours a day every day?
I don't know. It's just gonna be longer. Apparently they have the Zombieland director. Maybe they're gonna throw in some fake zombies. I don't know.
That might be interesting. But it won't be based off the TV show if they do that.
It'll be
That's
real
all I know.
cops.
I never seen no
That's
zombies on that show.
they're gonna make. They're gonna set up things for the cops that the cops don't know are gonna happen, like a zombie invasion. They're gonna see how the cops react. I imagine they're gonna bring out the big guns because there's gonna be a bunch of zombies. Just saying.
Well, yeah, I would imagine so too. Now watch out for them zombies. You don't want to play around with zombies.
You just hear someone shouting, "This is what we've been training for."
Get together, bug out, or meet at the bug out shelter.
A different
Whatever.
headline that I'm not looking at right now, but I did read today related to this was that supposedly North Korea has uh essentially apocalypse slash zombie invasion classes, mandatory classes as part of their daily routine for students,
Makes sense.
survival classes, something like that. And people were saying like to deal with a zombie apocalypse, but I think that might have been just snark. I think it was just like survival classes in case of
American invasion.
yeah something yeah invasion or something.
And no, and I know they say it would be America wants to kill us. Just your leaders,
Yeah. I mean
not you
to be
all.
I was gonna say like to be fair, some Americans do.
Yeah, not all of them though.
Yeah, I should hope not. I mean, they're
I personally don't want to kill anybody in North Korea. I just want them to be cool. That's all I want.
yeah. I mean, I'd be down with that too.
Like, just be cool, guys. Just be cool. All
That's
right.
that's what we need to do. I mean, we sent Dennis Rodman over there before. Maybe that was the problem. He just didn't go like, "Hey man,
Yo,
just be
why don't you
cool,
just be
just be
cool,
cool."
bro?
We
You know
we
me,
could
I'm
all be
Dennis
cool
Rodman. I was
together.
on the '96 Bulls. Don't you want to be cool like me? Don't be killing people by feeding them to dogs. Brendan would have laughed at that joke, except for he's picking. So that's what I'm gonna say. You, Jordan Cameron, not bad. Where's he at? Miami now?
I think so.
You just picked him. You don't know where he's at?
Yeah, yeah. He's in Miami. Oh man, Power Rangers director discusses update to franchise. This is again from Screen Rant. I have limited sources today. Sorry, everyone.
So are they gonna make that Power Rangers movie darker? Like they said they weren't, and then they said they were, and then they said they weren't. I want a dark
It would
Power
be a
Rangers.
weird budget. I think it'd be a weird thing for them because usually, Power Rangers is based off of the Super Sentai or whichever the Super Sentai show in Japan and all that stuff. So that's usually the ones that make all the the martial arts, the suit sequences,
Yeah, and then they
the
just
monsters and all that,
put
which is
white
a
people
huge
acting
chunk
like
of the
stuff.
budget, right? So the fact that if they to do what the dark one was proposing, they'd have to make their own.
Yeah, but for a movie, they'd make their own anyway. Like the other
No, no,
Power
no. I think
Rangers
that
movies, they
they
make their own.
for the movies that they've done before, it's based off of the Japanese movies that they put out.
No, the
Again, yeah,
first Power
they still have
Rangers
to.
one where they had those really crazy suits and everything. That wasn't based off of that.
I thought it was still. I mean, in all of these, they still do some of the filming themselves.
Well, yeah, but I'm pretty
Maybe
sure.
maybe the first one was an American thing because the first one, the first season was so popular. That's one that they, because of its popularity, they had paid the Japanese company to make an additional season along the same, because usually they change like what mode, whatever, what suits they have, what type of thing they
Mhm.
have every season. But they paid that company to do more in the line that the first season was. That was exclusive to the U.S. So I guess they did once just put up the budget for everything, even though the Japanese company still made most of it.
Hmm. Yeah, but
Oh, am I up
I'm pretty
again?
sure the first one was big for them. Hmm.
Um.
Yeah, you're picking. You only got 10 seconds left.
Oh man, I'm picking the wrong guy. Ah,
Oh, you picked. That sucks.
I wanted Rashard Matthews. Oh well,
Why? I don't
because
want him.
I don't even know who else I want at this point.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of at the point where like it doesn't matter who I
I
pick.
mean, it's the second to last round. Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Chris Johnson. Everybody thinks David Johnson will be better, but I'm gonna go for it. See what happens.
Now's
Wow,
the
it's me
time to pick up
again.
that second defense, right, Brian?
Oh yeah. Any wide receivers? Oh, Terrell Pryor. That guy's gonna be awesome. He was a quarterback in college, came out, and he's had some great preseason games. So, Terrell Pryor, watch that be the sleeper of the draft.
Okay, final headline, I think.
All right.
Okay, so Daughters of the Dust restoration trailer. Julie Dash's seminal independent film returns to theaters this fall.
Why did you pick? Like, I need to know a little bit about these. You just said a bunch of words that I'm like, why did those go together?
I thought I'd, raise the class around here, Brian. But fine. The class shows that we don't know much
You
about
don't even know
independent
who they
movies.
are, man. Shut up. You don't even know who they are. You did that on purpose.
Okay, here's one for you.
No, you
Blair
gotta
Witch
make
just
it
got
better.
its first terrifying TV spot. Check it out. So I guess they're making a Blair
You
Witch
gotta
movie
make another.
or TV show.
TV
I mean,
No, that TV spot sounds like a commercial on TV.
they're making another Blair Witch movie.
Yeah, they don't need to. They just need to leave that stuff alone.
But are they doing it?
I don't know. You should pick RG3.
Yeah. All right. I mean, he might do fine wherever he is, but no.
Did you pick Chris Thompson from the Redskins?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, well, that's fine. It's the 16th round. That's perfect.
Yeah. Well, he's the one that I think that if they start using him, he might, or wherever he uses them, he's going to be the sleeper. He's the one that I was telling you about during the game. He had that amazing one-handed catch in the end zone under coverage, and then also got the 2-point conversion and everything. So
Chris Thompson is a running back. You know that, right?
yeah, I know he still did
Okay.
it.
Oh, hey, that's so awesome. I'm
I
happy.
might be making things up. I might be confusing the players right now, but
You might be.
the guy
That
had
happens.
Thompson on his show. You know what? That might be the thing. It just might be a different Thompson that's not showing up because he's not on the made the team yet. I don't know.
Mm. All right, let's see what the last pick of the draft is. Now, it won't. The last real pick is coming from Team Huber.
Oh,
We
you know
got two auto
what?
picks.
Yeah, this was probably someone else because this guy. Yeah, because they probably don't even have the one that I was looking for up yet because he's a rookie. The one I'm thinking of was a
No, they'd
rookie.
have him up. Even if he was a rookie, they'd have him in there.
Yeah, but I had done a search for Thompson. Maybe I'm getting the name wrong. Sure, he was Thompson. Whatever. This guy's gonna do well for me in this at his last spot. It's not like he needs to do that great. It's whatever at this point.
Devontae Booker and two kickers off the board. All right. Well, that's it. I hope everybody enjoyed the Words from My Face 2016 Fantasy Football Draft. As always, I'm Brian. With me, as always, producer extraordinaire Brendan.
You.
And we're out of here.
All right.